Hello, friends. It's Miss Dillon. I look a little different, don't I? But it's still me. Does my voice sound the same? Of course it does, because it's still me. We are in a new month, and this is the month of February. Let's clap it. February. Let's count it. February. 4 parts in that word. That's a long word, isn't it? Well, there is a special holiday in February that kids usually really, really like. Let me give you a hint. Does that give you a hint? How about if I say love, Ruby, Valentine? Does that give you a hint? Yes, it's Valentine's Day on February 14th every year. And I have stories today and tomorrow about Ruby Valentine. Now, Valentine was her last name, but she used it to make Valentine's Day really special for people in her life. And this book is written by Lori Friedman and illustrated by Lynn Avril Carvath. All right. We don't have a picture, but we have words. Let's see what it tells us about this story. Ruby Valentine has a favorite day, and Valentine's Day is it. It's the one day of the year when she can show the people of Heartland just how special they are to her. For days on end, she bakes and wraps and cuts and curls until her wagon is overflowing with cards and gifts. But Ruby works so hard getting ready for the big day that when it finally arrives, she sleeps right through it. Oh no! Has Ruby missed her chance to tell everyone how much she cares? Oh my, let's see what happens in this story. Love, Ruby Valentine. It says Valentine. Those little candy hearts all over the book. Here's our title page. All right, here we go. Deep in the heart of Heartland, in a house of oak and pine, with her feathered friend named Lovebird, lived Ruby Valentine. I forgot to tell you, there's rhyming words. Oh, look at, I just noticed in the camera that the words are in heart. No, Ruby had a favorite day, and Valentine's was it. According to all who knew her, this was the perfect fit. Ruby loved to say, I love you, and she loved to say, be mine. She loved to sign her hearts and cards, Love, Ruby, Valentine. Valentine was Ruby's chance to do what she loved best. As the special day grew closer, Ruby would not stop to rest. With 5 days until Valentine's, Ruby started making cards. She and Lovebird sprinkled glitter. They curled ribbons by the yard. Here she is flipping off her calendar pages, and now there's 5 days left. With 4 days down and counting, Ruby and Lovebird began to bake. They cut out heart-shaped cookies. They iced a heart-shaped cake. They never left the kitchen. With only 3 days more to go, Ruby and Lovebird filled up goodie bags and tied them each with a bow. Go and bow. Do you make cutout cookies? Kind of fun, isn't it? With just 2 days remaining, they worked morning, noon, and night, signing cards and wrapping gifts until each package was just right. With Valentine's one day away, Ruby carefully checked her list. Then she loaded up her wagon. No one in Heartland would be missed. So she was going to try to make sure everybody in her town got something for Valentine's Day. The night before Valentine's Day, Ruby chose what she would wear. She tried on her purse and shoes. She washed and curled her hair. When everything was in order, Ruby made a special sign. It sat high up top her wagon and read, "Love, Ruby, Valentine." See how she put it on the back of her wagon? Tired from all the hard work, Ruby lay down on her bed. She hadn't planned to stay long, just to picture the day in her head. But when she closed her eyes, Lovebird scarcely made a peep. She snuggled up next to Ruby, and they both fell fast asleep. So she was super, super tired. They slept right through the morning and on into afternoon. They slept right past the evening. They never saw the moon. And when they finally awoke, Ruby saw with dread the date, like, oh no! That was when she realized she was very, very late. I can't believe I missed Valentine's. Now I'll have to wait a year to tell everyone I love them. Ruby wiped away the tears. So do you have any guess what might happen next? What do you think she might do? Let's see if you're right. She slowly picked up cards and started putting gifts away, when in a squawky voice, Lovebird said, "Let's go today!" Ruby looked at Lovebird. Folks won't like that one bit. It's the 15th, not the 14th. They're sure to pitch a fit. Do you think they would care? Let's see. But Lovebird kept on squawking, so Ruby made a choice. "All we can do is try it," she said in a tiny voice. So she straightened up her wagon and tried hard not to frown. With Lovebird on her shoulder, Ruby slowly walked through town. She delivered cards and candy. She passed cookies from a tray. She gave out gifts and goodie bags to all the townspeople that day. Then she summoned up her courage and did what she had to do. I know I'm so late, she cried, but I'm so sorry too. What happened next surprised her. No one seemed to mind. They just thanked and hugged her for being sweet and kind. You've made today a celebration, so why would we protest or why would we say, no, we don't want that? Hip hip hooray for Ruby! We think you're the very best. This man has a heart that says Ruby. It's like a medal. That's when Ruby realized that saying, I love you, doesn't have to wait till Valentine's Day. Any day will do. So now she sends out cards all year that say, will you be mine? And she signs each and every one. What do you think she signs them? Love, Ruby, Valentine. What a fun story. So, even though she was a day late, she was letting everybody in town know that they were special to her and that she loved them and appreciated them. It would kind of be like if you or I got a birthday present that was like the day after our birthday. Is that okay? Absolutely, isn't it? It's just another day. It's always fun to get presents, isn't it? All right. You have a great day. And tomorrow, I'm going to read Ruby Valentine Saves the Day. Bye bye.